Alrighty, how's it going, everyone? We got January 14th. It's a Monday, and kind of an day in the S&P, kind of going sideways. Real quick, I have been noticing people have been subscribing to the channel, which is awesome. I really do appreciate it. I get a notification every time someone subscribes, and it is great. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so. I try to put these videos out daily, and just try to give a different perspective on what I'm looking at, so maybe you can learn a thing or two. And vice versa, if you have different views, please comment. I do like to hear when people make suggestions or throw what they're looking at out there. I do like to review other people's stuff as well. So, with that being said, looking at the S&P, we have been going sideways for a few days. In my opinion, this is perfectly normal. We could be rounding out for a top, or best case scenario, this could be just nice consolidation, which the bulls would ideally like to see. Hourly time frame, it's getting really tight on the hourly. We did break it just barely this morning. If we cannot break through, make a higher high, then we will be on a daily, or not a daily downtrend, an hourly downtrend, which would be normal. That would just signal that the daily top is in and we are due for some consolidation. Again, this could just be a V-shaped recovery bounce from that all-out dump, and anything is really possible from there. I don't have any insight to us rocketing back to all-time highs, and vice versa. I don't know if we are going just to like crazy all-time new lows. The only thing I do know is how to react from different time frames and trend changes. I look to the hourly trend to see, okay, we're forming a nice run up on the hourly time frame, and once that hourly trend breaks, that's when a top is likely to be in, and we're likely to see some consolidation. So that's the S&P, just really nothing exciting going on today, kind of going sideways. Let's check out AAPL, check out Apple, and I've said this before on Apple, for those of you who've watched in the past, all we are doing on Apple, we are just forming lower highs and lower lows, right? So these lower tops, these are daily lower highs, and that's all we're forming. We are in a daily downtrend. There is no reason, in my opinion, to throw in money in an Apple long just because you want to get in at these prices. I understand that feeling. It's a lot cheaper than it was 4 months ago, but the trend is your friend. As long as we're making daily lower highs and lower lows, there's no reason to throw your money in there. Once this daily trend changes, then that's when I would get interested. Your risk is reduced significantly, and yes, you may not get in at the very bottom, but your likelihood of riding a nice little uptrend is very high. So that's Apple. We're still forming these lower highs, lower lows. Middle Bollinger Band is acting as resistance. As you can see, we're just shying away from it right now. We've seen this many times in the past with many other companies, not just Apple. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Daily downtrend, and we'll keep an eye for when that daily trend changes. So I did say I was going to keep an eye on Facebook, and I am keeping an eye on Facebook, and it is really piquing my interest. We are showing some signs of strength. And so if we do pass this, we have passed this level today, actually, I believe. 146.57. Okay, so not quite yet. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty, we still have to beat that little wick there. But pretty much, even if we bull through this level of resistance, right? If we come up, that's great. That's definitely a good sign for the bulls. That means we could potentially change the daily trend. We would need to consolidate a bit and form a higher low in comparison to this low down here, right? So that's a pretty wide range from where we are now, but I would like to enter in on consolidation, not on the break of that resistance. But that's just me. I do kind of like Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, I'm not going to get into the fundamentals of it, but I do believe there is opportunity here. And in the past, I have pointed out this bullish divergence with the RSI here. Nothing too crazy. This isn't a staring me in the face buy opportunity, but it's just something to look at. Gives me a little confidence in the bulls, and we'll see what happens with Facebook. And I will make note of this if and when this trend does change on the daily time frame. Amazon. Okay, Amazon. So I do have friends that are in Apple and Amazon, both alike. Amazon, my buddy in Amazon, he a lot of people get caught up in the companies. They fall in love with these companies, and that's great. Falling in love with investing is awesome, especially if you believe in companies to the core. But also, look at the technical analysis aspect. We are not rocketing up all the way back to all-time highs yet. All we are doing right now, we have just set a lower high on the daily time frame. So we have, lower high, lower high, lower high, pretty much a double top right there, and then lower high. I do believe the top is in here. We'll have to see if this hourly trend does keep on going down. But we did just bounce from that dump level where everyone else dumped. Amazon just had a nice V-shaped recovery. So what do we do now? We go to the hourly time frame, and sure enough, the hourly uptrend has been lost. We did have a nice lower open this morning, and we're in an hourly downtrend now, essentially. So I believe the daily top is in, and until this hourly trend changes, we're just in that consolidation mode. So once that hourly downtrend changes, that's when I would look for a dip buying opportunity, and we could potentially beat this daily lower high. So on the daily time frame, just another look. So if we consolidate and form a higher low comparison to this low, so nice healthy consolidation, form that low, and then we start coming back up, we need to beat this peak, and then the next level of resistance is going to be all the way up here at this double top. Amazon. So let's do Amazon, Apple, Facebook. Let's do Netflix. I actually haven't covered Netflix. I really should be covering them. They've been on a tear. Obviously, I love Netflix. That's where I get my movies. Yeah. Nice break of several resistance levels. This is what I wanted to see on Facebook and Apple. So daily downtrend, right? We have broken through two significant lower highs, and now some consolidation is needed. I believe they have earnings coming up. I don't know. I don't play earnings. I don't gamble on earnings. It's not my style. But ideally, I would love to see some daily consolidation form a higher low. We've been running all the way since the dump, all the way down there. That's a huge move, around 235 to 3. Hold on. I gotta see how much this move is. 45%. That's ridiculous. I think consolidation is needed, but we won't see consolidation until the hourly trend changes. So I guarantee you we're just in an hourly uptrend. And let's take a look. Yeah, hourly uptrend is still intact. Higher low right here. We got to form a higher high. If we fail to form a higher high and we come back down and breach this level, that could be the start of the hourly downtrend, which would mark the daily top is in. So we would have to form a higher low in comparison to this level down here. So as you can see, there's a very long way to go. So all we have to do is set a relatively higher low and then come back up. I am pretty confident in Netflix just by their daily chart. But again, if that hourly downtrend, that's where I'm going to be keeping an eye on. So in theory, this is the top. We start coming down. There's that hourly downtrend. I would be keeping an eye on that hourly downtrend until it changes to an hourly uptrend. That's where the buying opportunity would be, in my opinion, because that means that consolidation is done on the daily time frame and we're going to start going up. All right. Yeah, I do like Netflix. Pretty strong move, but again, we'll keep an eye on the hourly uptrend. Daily time frame, it's getting a little bit overbought, a little bit toppy, but again, keep an eye on that hourly time frame. So looking at USOIL, good. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Some consolidation, nice rejection from this level right here. Yes, it did punch through a bit, but pretty much we're coming back. We're consolidating. This is good. Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to take a quick drink of water. This is good in my opinion. The bear volume is, I would have liked to see it lower. It's pretty much equal with the bull volume, but running up so hard, this is normal. This is just the start of consolidation. So we can look at the hourly time frame. And yeah, so clear break in the hourly trend. So we see, hourly uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, and then we come here, and this is where we break the hourly uptrend. And I noted the other day in my last SPY video, or broad market video, the wicks came down, but we did hold this level. We always closed above it right here. And look how clear that is. I could draw a line, and you can see how all these candles closed above or on that line. Same over here. That's a clear level of support. And once that was broken, that's where the hourly trend was changed. Again, we moved to a lower low, lower high, and now we're working our way to a lower low. So once this hourly trend changes back in the bull's favor, that's when I'm going to be looking for an entry in USO. Again, this is the hourly time frame, or we'll bring it to the daily time frame. So here's USO, just an ETF for oil, or I will be playing UWT with a much smaller position because it's a little scary to swing UWT. But I do believe opportunities here, and I'm looking for a higher low in retrospect to the all-out low. So I'll pull up USOIL again. So again, just to reiterate, I'm looking for that consolidation and just to form a higher low compared to this low down here. And that's it, guys. It's really that simple. Just watching the hourly time frames, waiting for trend changes. And no, I'm not going to get the absolute bottom and nail the absolute top, but I will make money. And gold. So I don't play gold. If any of you guys play the miners, please let me know. I'd kind of be interested to see what you guys do. The first big trade I actually really had was HMY a couple years ago. 16. Here we go. So this huge run up, all the gold miners were on fire, and I think I found out about HMY at like 90 cents. And so I was playing it a little bit on the way, all the way up, and then on this move right here. And then I lost a bit of money coming down, but lessons learned. Anyway, going back to gold. Squeeze up. Gold real quick. Zooming into the daily time frame. Looks like we're trading sideways again on the daily. So it'll be a clear break. You can see up or down. Once we break up or down, it'll be a clear break. So keep an eye on the daily time frame for clear indication going forward. And I think I covered the weekly before this. Ooh, weekly oversold down here. Man, that would have been a nice entry. So, I mean, look back here when we were weekly oversold, saw a nice bounce up. Weekly oversold, same type deal. We could be getting toppy. Looks like a weekly inside bar has formed, and another weekly inside bar last week as well. So that would be a clear indication too, a break to the upside or downside on the weekly time frame. So that's pretty much it, guys. I think I covered pretty much everything. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know, and we'll tune in tomorrow.